gratifying for you to go out and show people that, this wasn't just like a one-off kind of decision, that you can really go out there and really make plays and be a big factor in this offense?
Well, yeah, I wanted to show that I could be a big factor in this offense, but for me, it was really more about learning. I've been in a position for less than a week. I think I was able to see a lot of things that I have to improve on. And a lot of areas where I can do a little bit better than I'm at right now. And I got a good group of guys around me that can really help me with that.
You've only been at the position for a week. Do you think that you did well today because of your chemistry with Connor, just knowing the offense from last year? What do you think?
Well, I'd like to think that I know the offense pretty well, which helps. I know what I'm doing, no matter what position I am out there, whether I'm blocking, whether I'm running a route, whether I'm running the ball. I know what I'm doing out there. Sometimes the technique isn't perfect, but as far as catching passes from Connor, we're good friends. We talk all the time. We hang out together. I've got pretty good chemistry with him.
What did you do to get that wide open on that second touchdown? Did you make a move, or?
I was just reading the safety. The safety played up, and I went deep.
A couple of gadget plays with Connor. Some of you guys did because it's a spring game. You want to make fans happier. Something you're going to see a lot of next year.
I think there's some things that we wanted to take a look at. Some things that to change it up. Some things that we might be able to do. Me playing quarterback and starting here in the past, so there are some things that I can possibly bring to the table in the form of gadget plays, stuff like that. So we definitely want to take a look at that, and it does provide a good little bit of excitement for the fans.
How much Wildcat will you guys run next year, you think, out of the running back spot, the end spot?
That's tough to say. Only time will tell. Whether how much we work on it, how far we go into installing that kind of stuff. It's yet to be seen.
Did you still get a decent amount of reps at quarterback this week, or was it more like we want to throw you right into running more routes?
Well, they threw me right in there because I had a lot of catching up to do. I had to get a lot of reps, so I could get a lot more work to be a little more ready. So I kind of wanted to submerge me completely into the role, so I get a chance to play it.
This upcoming season, are you expecting to get some reps at quarterback or just at the H-back, tight end?
I guess I expect to be kind of moved all over the field, because of my knowledge of the offense and because of my chemistry with the guys in the field already. Because I've been there before, there's a lot of different things that I can do on the field, and a lot of different ways that I can help the team. So however that is what I'll be doing.
When we were talking to Jalen, he said Chris's locker is right across from mine. He loves what he's doing right now. How big is that for the rest of the team? Because in different situation, different guy might say, this sucks. I used to be a quarterback. I still want to play quarterback. Everybody who talks to me said, no, he really likes it, and then you go out and catch a couple of touchdown passes. How important is that attitude and that mindset for the team?
Well, as far as the attitude, I'm having fun. I'm just going out there trying to make plays and being an athlete. So I'm having a good time out there. I really am. But it builds a team first mentality in the locker room. We've had a few different guys that have had to switch positions in the past, and me and Cody in particular this year, that switched that have been starters in the past. It really builds a team first mentality in the locker room and amongst the team.
Also, would you say that this kind of fits your personality? Because if you look on your Twitter photo, there's not a picture of you dropping back. There's a picture of you running someone over, and you always talk about you like hitting someone.
Yeah, I do like to stick my nose in there. I have fun hitting, so I think it does suit me well.
You obviously had to make the personal adjustments to tight end, but what kind of a team adjustment has it been when Steve out to the offense to Coach Willis?
Well, anytime you have to learn a new system with new coaches, it's tough. It's a transition. You have to get used to first learning from the coaches how they are as people, as coaches. You kind of have to feel each other out at first, and then as far as the actual scheme, going from something where we were coming out of the huddle, we were running the ball a lot, to now we're much more up tempo. As you saw today, a lot more up tempo, a lot of passing the ball, or moving the ball around the field. So there's definitely a little bit of an adjustment period in there, but I think the team's making the adjustment pretty well, and we'll see how far we can take that.
Connor said you are actually changing some protections at the line. What is it like communicating with him and being able to be like, we're going to do this?
Well, that's one of the things where I can help out, because I do know the offense very well, and I know what I'm looking for. You know, I'd like to think that I know the X's and O's of the game pretty well, and pretty decent at recognizing coverages, blitzes. So it's somewhere where I can help out, and I'm glad to do so.
What did you guys have on that one play where you were going to throw? You got rushed, you didn't have time to throw, but did you guys have the play you wanted and you just didn't have enough time to deliver?
Yeah, we had the play. Tyler Milikevich came upfield and kept contained, did a good job. Players make plays, and he did.
Matt talked a little bit about him, and he said he's been really hard on Tyler. And he said, I know you had a lot of tackles, but it's about the plays that you make and stuff like that. How have you seen, just from your eyes, how the defense has responded to his coaches?
Well, I think the defense in general has responded pretty well, and yes, he has been pretty tough on Tyler, and Tyler's the kind of kid that he'll take that, he'll go with it, he knows what Coach was looking for, he knows what he's really saying. You can look past some of the maybe the tough love that you get there and get to the actual coaching point, what you actually want, and I think the defense in general as a whole has done a good job of that.
With you making this transition, do you think the rest of the guys in the room see this as an example of leadership, and do you see yourself as even more of a leader than you were by making this transition?
I don't know if I see myself as more of a leader or not. I mean, I've been a leader on the team the past couple of years, and I'm going to continue in that role, even though I'm not at the quarterback position. But I think it just, in general, it just adds more leadership to the field. Any quarterback that's out there has to be a leader. You can't play the position without being one. But it adds, with Connor, as long as he steps up, and I know he will, and he'll do a great job. As long as he steps up as a leader, that gives us three real leaders on the offense.
What's it like being on the other end of it, especially the one pass where you thought you were wide open? You've been on the other end of that when you delivered the ball to a guy and he's wide open and he drops it, and you kind of have to put on this face like, all right, I got to stick by this guy. Is there something in your mind that's saying like, well, now I'm on the other end of it, I got to make sure if this thing's there, I got to catch it. Is it a different mindset for you? Is it kind of funny to think of it that way?
I mean, I hadn't really thought of it that way, to be honest. But I was just going out there. I was relaxed. I was flying around, having fun. Had a chance to make a play, and I made it. Kind of threw. Great ball. He put it right on me, and it was an easy walk in.
Where is he right now, just in terms of being a quarterback? Where has he gotten better? Where do you think he's still? He's
of course he still has plenty to work on, but his accuracy has been for the most part has been very good in the spring. He obviously has the arm strength. He has the arm strength to make any throw, but he's learning to put touch on the ball when he has to rifle it in there when he has to, and he'll keep learning with that. And he's starting to progress a lot more with recognition of the defense, recognition of blitzes and coverages, and I know he'll be able to keep progressing with that with the coaching that Coach Sass giving him, and I'll always be there to help him as well.
Is this the most ex-players that you've seen come back? It seemed like there were just a ton of guys from all sorts of different eras that came back. Do you guys, I know you're locked in on the game, but do you guys notice stuff like that? Did any of those guys come up and talk to you before?
I didn't talk to too many of the guys before and after the game. I was a little more focused on the game, but it was great to see all those guys out there. It really was, and I think that's part of the factor is Coach Rule being back, a coach that so many players in the past have loved. As a coach and as a person, so it's great to be back, to have those guys back around.
Chris, what's the biggest personality difference between Matt and last year's head coach?
Well, Coach Adazio, he was a fiery guy. He's a real fiery guy. He's always he seems like he's always, his general disposition. He's loud. He's more aggressive. Coach Rule can be more relaxed. He's more relaxed at times. He likes to joke around a little bit when it's time to joke around. But when it comes time to be tough on a player, or when he has to, he will be.
Are you enjoying the adjustment?
Oh, absolutely. Coach Rule recruited me. He was my position coach for 2 years. I know that I endorsed him coming back. From the beginning, I wanted him back. So I'm ecstatic that he's here.
Thanks.
Anything else?